Welcome to another episode of JackAsk, where I answer your gambling and math questions. So let's check out this week's questions and answers today on JackAsk. The first question is from Reddit r Blackjack. Does the casino know the blackjack count? There may be a few people in casino security that are able to maintain a running or true count as people play. If the pit believes you're counting cards, they may get on the phone to get the eye on the sky to watch you. They'd probably watch how you play from the start of a shoe until the end. If you were counting cards, you'd most likely reset to your smallest bet at the beginning of a shoe, and then increase your bet as small cards come out. One thing I wish I could answer, but I can't, would be, does security have a switch or even the automatic ability to know the count? Like, are they able to use computer vision or RFID cards to know the exact distribution of undealt cards? That I've never heard of, but I wouldn't be surprised if that technology existed. You would think you would hear more about this technology before it was ever deployed. Something like that would probably be announced at a casino operations convention first, before ever being deployed at a casino. But it's possible that one of the mega companies like MGM would try to develop this technology on its own, without just buying the technology from a third party. So the answer is probably not, but I really can't say for sure. You'd probably need to work for the casino to know for sure, because that's not information that they're willing to share. The next question is from r Roulette on Reddit. Split between 2 dozens. I remember I used to play this bet where I would split between 2 dozens. Is this possible in Las Vegas casinos? If you're talking about placing a single bet that straddles 2 dozens or 2 columns, that is not allowed. If you've seen someone doing this in Las Vegas, it might be because there's a special courtesy bet that you can place between the second and third dozen bet that is a surrogate for the 0-0-0 split bet. This is a convenience bet that a player can make if the 0-0-0 split is too far and reaching across the table is too awkward. You do not want to be the person at a roulette table giving reach-arounds. The next question is from r Vegas on Reddit. Minibar PSA. I have learned not to touch items in the minibar or you can be charged. But now hotels are being even more sneaky, placing unstable items on top of the dresser on sensors. If you mistakenly knock into the dresser or open the drawer so the items shift, a $23 charge appears on your bill. This obviously isn't a question but more of a public service announcement. Using the hotel mini fridge is always negative EV. A common hack for me when I go to Vegas is to go to a nearby store, buy a foam cooler and beverages for my stay. Nowadays along the strip there are plenty of Walgreens and CVS's where you can buy foam coolers, bottled waters and sodas, whatever. It'll still be a little more expensive than if you were to go to Bevmo or your local liquor store, but it'll be pennies to the dollar compared to what's in the mini fridge. And you don't even have to buy ice, just get the ice from your hotel. There's usually an ice dispenser on every floor. And yeah, stay clear of the mini fridge, don't even bump into it. Don't bump into any of the snacks on your counter. You're probably going to get charged. The next question is from my Discord. One user is talking about the best odds in craps. I always hear the best bet in craps is pass line come with odds. If you bet $10 on the 6 and take max odds 5 times, which would be $50 at most places, you're going to win $10 on the pass line and $60 on the odds for a total of $70. But if you simply make a $60 place bet, you win the same amount, $70. So he says the odds gain him nothing. Like I said, this question was posted to my Discord, and if you want to post your own question for JackAsk, you can join my Discord for free. It's a growing community of gamblers discussing gambling strategies, so check it out. He gives some other examples of how you seem to earn more by making place bets instead of betting pass with odds. And I've heard this argument before, and the short answer is pretty straightforward. Most people only compare the pass line with odds combo to the place bet. And it's true. Once the point is established, the place bet will do better than the combination of the pass line bet plus the odds bet. But if you're evaluating the pass line bet, you can't ignore all the value you've exhausted establishing the point. There's a reason why the pass line bet is a contract bet. A contract bet is a bet you place and then can't remove until the bet has been resolved. If you make a pass line bet and then you establish a point of 4, you can't pick up your chips and then tell the dealer, I'll try my luck somewhere else. You can't remove that bet because you've already used up a lot of its value. There are 8 ways to win and only 4 ways to lose on a come out roll. If you could bet the pass line and then pull it back once a point is made, you'd make a fortune. But once the point is set, the odds flip to the house, which is why each of the free odds bets pay more than 1 to 1. Because now that pass line bet is the underdog. So when you say that the place bets do better than the pass plus odds, you're ignoring all the equity you've realized on the come out roll. A third of the time, you're not even going to be able to make that place bet. 2/9 of the time, your pass line bet will win on the come out. And 1/9 of the time, it's going to lose with a 2, 3, or 12. And that huge gain is not part of your calculation. So just compare the odds bet with your place bets if you want to compare apples to apples. If you're just going to look at the payout once the point is established, you can see that you're going to get less bang for your buck with a place bet. So I was trying to come up with an analogy for this apples to oranges scenario. The best thing I could come up with was buying a string of firecrackers. Let's say you bought a string of 100 firecrackers for $10. And of course you wanted some excitement, so you lit those firecrackers up. And most of those firecrackers popped, but there were about 10 of them that didn't pop because the fuse burned out before we could get to them. You could still maybe throw those duds into a paper bag and light the whole paper bag on fire to get them to pop. So you still have about $1 of equity left in that original $10 purchase. But that string of duds isn't worth $10 anymore. You've already spent up most of its value. You can't return it to Costco and get a full refund like some people try to do with used Christmas trees. And the same thing is true with your pass line bet. By the time you've made your point, you've used up most of the equity in that bet. Don't forget to stop by my JackAce merch store, shop.jackace.com. There I have a ton of gambling merch, video game merch, crypto merch, Rubik's Cube merch, and just general branded JackAce merch. We got Roulette mouse pads, Roulette practice mats, CRAPS practice mats, and simplified Blackjack basic strategy cards. It really helps the channel, so check it out today. The next question is also from Reddit or Roulette. Is there a zero gain, zero loss strategy? Basically to rack up status with the online casino with a single zero wheel? No, there's no system for pushing consistently in Roulette or any other casino game for that matter. I'm guessing that this person is looking for a way to bet big and reap the rewards of casino comps without having to risk any real money. There's no way to do this. The best you can do is bet red and black at the same time and hope to dodge the zeros.
Zero?
Zero! Okay. Wait, is that red zero or black zero?
The green zero. I'm afraid you lose, messieurs.
You will push 36 out of 37 times, or 97.3% of the time on a single zero wheel. But 2.7% of the time you're going to lose everything. And this is pretty much true of all casino games. You can bet pass and don't pass in craps, but you're going to lose half of your total bet when you get a 12 on the come out roll. You can bet banker and player in baccarat, but you're going to lose that 5% commission on every hand. Or you're going to lose half a bet when the banker wins with a 6 in commissionless baccarat. There's no such thing as a free lunch in casinos. The next question is from R Blackjack on Reddit. The title is Advantage Over Casinos Without Knowing the Variations Based on the True Count. He basically wants to know if you can get an edge over the house without knowing any of the deviations to basic strategy for blackjack when you're counting cards. The answer is yes, but you're really nerfing your ability to tip the scales in your favor. It's true that most of the advantage that a card counter has is based on bet size variation. You can just stand by someone else at the table who's playing perfect basic strategy and then just add to their bet when the count goes positive. A highly positive count would indicate a player advantage. When you only place bets during positive counts, it's called wonging, named after its inventor, blackjack author Stanford Wong. Since you're only betting in situations where you have an advantage, you're going to win money. Most card counters try to at least learn the illustrious 18, which is the set of 18 most important deviations to basic strategy. These are the highest value deviations to basic strategy that help you win more or save the most money. The value of each deviation is based on two main things. How often does each deviation occur? And how much money will you have on the table when you deviate? The top 3 deviations to learn are probably taking insurance at a count of +3 or higher, standing on 16 versus 10 on any positive count, and standing on a 15 versus 10 on a true count of +4 or higher. Just by learning a few deviations, you can greatly improve your expected value percentage. And if you want to buy a simplified Blackjack basic strategy card, you can go to my store at shop.jackace.com. So the next post is not a question, but anyone seen a run like this before? This is from R Vegas. That's 16 blacks in a row. The probability of this happening is 6.42 times 10 to the -6th power. The odds of this happening are about 156,000 to 1. Now, if we're talking about any color streak of 16, you can cut that in half to about 78,000 to 1. So yeah, a pretty rare sighting. The next post is from Reddit r/gambling. My $25 bet one number on the roulette wheel is still working. This isn't a question, but here goes. I bring $900, 36 bets, and place one $25 bet on the roulette number that came out previously. I have done 12 $900 sessions and haven't gotten rinsed yet, which is losing all 36 bets. So yeah, this isn't really a question, but I thought I'd take some time to analyze this system. This is a fine betting system. There's a start, there's an end, there's a goal. You have the potential to win a lot of money, and you never risk more than you can afford. It has all the makings of a good system. So I ran this system through my JackAce roulette simulator, and here are the results. You'll succeed 63% of the time on single zero, 62% of the time on double zero, and 61% of the time on triple zero. But don't play triple zero. Those are pretty good results. Even with triple zero, there's not a huge drop off in success. But keep in mind that you will go broke almost 40% of the time. And if this Reddit poster was being honest, he was incredibly lucky to always come out ahead. Because a lot of times when you win, you don't necessarily come out way ahead. Many times you just kind of break even. And ultimately, in the long run, you'll end down 2.7% in single zero, 5.26% in double zero, and 7.69% in triple zero. So that's it for this episode of JackAsk. If you have questions you'd like me to answer, ask them in the comments below, or better yet, post them in my Discord. And if you have a jackpot you'd like me to share, you can post your photos on my Discord as well.
Top dollar. Ooh, 36,000. When the thumb goes up, you know it's just like that.
If you enjoyed this Q&A session, don't forget to like and subscribe. Always gamble responsibly. Never play 6 to 5 blackjack. And peace out, donkeys.